Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
92.1 City. We are Winnipeg's rock station. Good morning, the Rolling Stones, to kick off the show proper, 6:12.
This is a big day. It's a big win kind of day. The Big Win 50-50 draw is coming up today in support of the Dream Factory at around 9:15 this morning. The cutoff is 9 a.m.
So you can still buy tickets up until 9 a.m.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, yesterday talking to Iron Mike, you were off yesterday, so Kirby and I were sitting down with Iron Mike at the end of the show, and I was wondering, how's this all going to go down? Well, it's the Dream Factory that makes the draw. Mm-hmm. They shoot us the winner. We make the call. Okay. It's going to be cool. So just in case people are wondering who's making the draw, it will be people from the Dream Factory.
And have that phone. If you've purchased tickets, have that phone prepared, after 9 o'clock this morning.
9:15-ish is sometime, I guess, when we're supposed to have the name down. So somewhere in there.
As soon as we get that name, we're making that phone call.
So yesterday, Kirby and I started the morning without you at about $90,000. Mm-hmm. And we were kind of saying, hey, it would be nice if this thing wraps up by Thursday morning at $100,000.
Yeah.
Well, we wrapped up the show, Phil. It was like 9:45. And it was at like $99,000 already. And then I think partway through the day, it was like at $112,000. And that's where I've lost track. I'm trying to see where we're at today. But it's going to be a lot bigger than $50,000 to the winner. So,
man, that is outstanding. I love these types of phone calls.
I know. It's the best feeling, giving away money or just, like trips. But this is big. This is like... this is our first 50-50.
Well, and it's big. We've never given away this type of money before on the air.
I don't believe. This much, no.
So, yes, this is a big deal. And you can just imagine the excitement that this is going to, the reaction this is going to invoke. It's unbelievable. I cannot wait. And again, you can still buy those tickets, 921city.ca, or just text DREAM to 762-555. And you'll get the link sent right to your phone. Buy those tickets. Support a great cause.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby
podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Pissed off? Well, then get the off Twitter and call the Bone phone.
Don't make me look up from my phone.
780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
There's Dakota. I just got to say something about... how people drive in this city just blows my mind. Like idiots, really just idiots. So you're cruising and you're going faster than the other guy that you're rolling up on, right? Okay, you hit the left lane. You maintain the same speed that you rolled up on. All of a sudden, the guy speeds up to your speed and, want to make a pass, whatever, and get in the other lane. But now this guy decides, I'm going to go faster now. I don't want this guy to pass me. It happens all the time in this city. I just don't get it. I get why people do it. Idiots.
So I have a theory. I think when you go to pass somebody, they suddenly realize how slow they're driving.
The wake-up call.
Yeah, that's right. You're just sort of listening to your music. You don't realize you're driving under the speed limit. Then somebody goes to blow by you, and you're like, oh, boy, I'm driving slow.
I'm sure it helps when I stare at them when I'm passing by.
Give them the stink eye curbs.
Like, excuse me, speed it up there.
Really? So if they're driving 100 and you want to go 110, they're getting the stink eye from you.
It's just a look. I'm not being aggressive.
But what are they doing wrong? They're in the right lane. You want to go a little faster.
Yes, but I'm just giving them like the look.
Stare at them anyway. Okay,
you could speed it up.
Okay, way to go, Curbs.
I don't know if they get that or if I convey that by that look, but I still give it.
Okay. Might want to just keep your eyes on the road and never mind stink eye and people that you're passing. But hey,
I've heard that's the best thing to do.
You do you. So this call here is in reply to something T. Kona said the other day about poor workmanship on the North Perimeter. And this is Crazy Carl. I think this might be a new regular. I don't
think we've ever had a Crazy Carl.
Yeah, so brand new here.
Hey, this is Crazy Carl answering to Tacona. They're on the northeast perimeter. Yep, going underneath Lazure 59, what do you want to call it? Or overtop, I should say. I agree. That is a crap overpass because heading eastbound, why the heck after 4 or 5 years after it's been built, do they have to have bump signs on where their expansion joints are? That is terrible. So, right on, brother. Crazy Carl. Bye.
Nothing crazy about Carl.
No, not at all.
No, I'm here for it.
You know, crazy's like big though. Like you put Big Dave,
Yeah.
Crazy. There's it's common. You'll get one buddy in your group usually who gets the crazy in front of their name, and that's a lot to live up to when you have crazy in front of your name.
True.
It really is.
There's probably some backstories there that we haven't heard yet, but hopefully we'll hear.
You can't go on
the
a trip.
origin story.
Right. You can't go on a trip to Vegas when your nickname is Crazy and be like, I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock.
You know what? I'm going to see if Wikipedia has the story on Crazy Carl. Let me see.
Look for it. Okay, more on poor workmanship here.
Yeah, so no kidding about the shoddy workmanship on these roads. So Deacon's Corner, once again, is a one-lane nightmare on both ways. And the Trans-Canada one-lane traffic highway. Uh-huh. And how long did it take them to fix that in the first place? 2 years? And they still ain't got it right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's a few. We'll split these up, but the poor workmanship on the roads, we have a few calls that came in today. We'll run like those two today, then a couple more tomorrow. But clearly, no shortage of complaints.
Yeah, that hit a nerve.
Mm-hmm, definitely did. Okay, let's wrap up with the hooligan, and he's got a few things on his mind. It is certainly the Kirby Tire Gate.
Hooligan weighs in on it?
He is sort of here.
Listening to you guys today would be Tuesday morning, about Kirby and her flat tire, how she didn't want to deal with it till the next day. The funny part about it is how, when you're good friends, you guys can joke around, be sarcastic, and, little insults. That's how we are at work all the time. I'm actually the worst offender with that. And I talk very loud at work, so we wear earplugs, and, someone wants to talk to me. I'm like, hold on, I can't hear you. Like, if you're right into their face. But anyways, so Bob, we've been working together for 38 years, get along very well, bug each other, so forth. And so I was talking loud, and I couldn't hear him. So he says, I hope you get that radio job, like, being sarcastic, of course, have my own show and this, that. And I said, oh, why is that? He says, well, that way I can turn you down and then shut you off when you get too loud and annoying. I thought that was quite funny for Bob.
Oh,
but he pissed me off because 65 in the springtime, he said he'll retire. Then I'll be the number one in seniority in our department. And they talk about booking holidays for next fall. What do you mean next fall? You're going to be gone in spring. Well, I don't know if I'm going to leave yet. I said, you asshole.
He's pushing Bob out the door.
And letting him know.
Yeah, that's right.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
And you still have a chance to have a say on the design you want for the province's new plastic health card, despite the Northern Lights design overwhelmingly winning online. But get those votes in at Engage MB until Sunday.
I like lanyards. You guys notice I wear the lanyard around my neck.
Yes.
It'd be neat if I could just put my driver's license, this is my access card for work, my health card, like about 4 or 5 of them, and just carry them around my neck all the time.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have to go into my wallet to look for them.
Be like jewelry. You could just wear it and it goes with every outfit. I love it.
What a look.
We all have that engineer on staff who has either the big, huge ring of keys or a whole bunch of stuff around his neck. Like,
Yeah, do you want one like they hand out at the casinos, though, that looks like the old telephone cord? It's the spiral.
I love those.
So
Yes.
you can actually pull it out, Phil,
Yes.
right? And then it shoots back to your chest.
Convenience is becoming more and more important the older I get.
You could put your Costco card on there, too.
Yes, these are great ideas.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
I know you guys talked about this yesterday, but I have to ask Kirby, since I was away, have you reached out to Juan, the CAA tow truck driver, who that guy, Joe, I'm sure she told you, but he was a man's man. And I mentioned it on that.
Well, we actually played your bone phone call like twice.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday.
But have you reached out and just said thank you to him? I want to, because he was very concerned. He was very quick. And your type of guy. I got to be totally honest. Just a rugged.
Really?
Yeah, very caring.
I don't know if I even have a type of a guy.
Number one.
Oh, Joe.
But
Could
a
have
good
been.
dude. But a good dude.
Actually, I was more interested when I asked her at the end of the whole call if she actually made you a sandwich like you had
no
asked
sandwich.
for.
No
Nothing.
offer. No offer
How
of a
was
sandwich.
one supposed to, be an option when you were making it very clear that I was your old lady?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
I was having some fun with
Oh my
one.
God, I was trying not to die, Joe. I was like, oh, and he was just yucking it up.
I said to him at one point, I go, oh, she's lucky she's smoking hot. I can't remember because it's flat tire business. Let me tell you,
my God.
Juan and I are like, I know what you're saying, brother.
Philly goes, oh, women, hey, like,
Juan's buying in.
oh, it was too good. Yeah,
Juan was
yeah,
all
it was,
in.
yeah.
And then he couldn't, and I know all this came up, but he couldn't get at the donut because she had coolers in there and
Well, nothing's
24
changed.
24. You haven't cleaned out the hatch of
We
your vehicle?
broke that down. Minnedosa was the beginning of August. It was August long. So she has drinks in a cooler still in there.
Yeah.
And she had went to Costco like last payday. That was 2 weeks ago. And I said, you better hope you don't run out of toilet paper upstairs in that apartment because that's a long way down.
With the pants around the ankles. Forgot the TP in the vehicle.
Oh,
Hold
my
on.
God.
I got to move the cooler, though, to get to it.
What the hell?
I know. Listen, as we learned with the flat tire, I do things on my own time when I get to them.
Here's the best. So she tells us this morning, because we were joking about, well, you could just get a new tire, like even on the bone phone. Instead, she goes out and buys a whole new vehicle. That's not going to be here for 5 months instead of like even a set of tires. Because there's no walking into the pool at the all-inclusive for Kirby. There's the cannonball off the diving board every time.
Okay,
But hold on. Here's the thing. They have to take a look at your other vehicle to appraise it. So all of a sudden, they open the back of that hatch, and the guy's all of a sudden done his Costco run because everything's in there still. Hold on, we got to move the cooler.
Mike's hard lemonade falling all
my
over the
God.
place. That car salesman, when Kirby's like, so what do you need to get out of your lease for? My roadside assistance ran out.
Yeah.
I can't have this.
Well, I mean, I usually flip my leases every 3 years anyway, so time was up, and so I got
That
a
sounded
new
like
vehicle yesterday.
that sounded like a big business move there. Hey, how's the business? Good. Probably time for a new car. I flip mine every 3 years. My new lease. That's usually when my tires start to go. One leaks. Like the flip.
Philly, Joe, Kirby.
Philly, Joe, and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly, Joe, and Kirby podcast.
Throwdown Thursday.
Here we go. And Our Lady Peace tickets attached to Throwdown Thursday today. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was announced yesterday. That's going to be a great show.
Okay, the new Joker movie. That's out soon, correct?
Yeah, very soon.
Yeah.
I think Lady Gaga has attached some music to that gets released today. She's obviously a big part of the second one here.
And speaking of Batman bad guys, that Penguin show on
Max.
Oh, with
HBO.
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, that's getting rave
it
reviews.
looks good. I'm not gonna lie. Like I saw it on the guide there, and it just like the makeup alone that they did on him to transform him into that character is crazy.
So I'm going to start watching that. I have to. But today's matchup, because we have the new Joker movie coming out, and we wanted to go a little different here, is Joker versus Joker. So we got Joaquin Phoenix's Joker character versus Heath Ledger's Joker character.
Now, you will get some people that will throw out the Jack Nicholson version, but that was so long ago, and it was fantastic. These two guys both were up for Oscars for their portrayal of the Joker, right? Joaquin and Heath. So we're leaving it at those two today. We're not doing a triple threat.
What about Adam West, that old Batman, that Joker?
TV show, that was good. But you know what? How many kapows can you put on the screen?
Gosh.
And hey, how many more car shows can you see Adam West at, right?
That's right.
Nice man.
I think Heath Ledger's character will absolutely thump. And that isn't taking anything away from Joaquin Phoenix's job, but Heath Ledger's character was just so iconic, and everybody loved it so much that I can't see Joaquin Phoenix winning this matchup today.
Kirby?
I honestly don't think that Joaquin Phoenix's version would exist without Heath Ledger. Like that darkness and that like sociopathic kind of like character that Heath made so memorable, I think was like the ground basis for what Joaquin Phoenix took on in that role. Personally, I think I got to go with Heath Ledger. I mean, like I was always a fan. I'm still sad that he's not with us.
No, definitely. Yeah, gone way too soon. What a great actor.
Yeah, I thought he took it to the next level with the Joker. That's the one that keeps coming up in my mind. I didn't mind the Joaquin Phoenix version of the Joker, but it took his character time to become the Joker, where Heath Ledger, to me, was the Joker, and he reminded me of the old school, even from the TV show. If you remember the TV show, the Joker there had that wicked laugh and had that more psychotic kind of feel to it. And it wasn't as humanized, right? Because he had the painted face all the time and everything else. So, yeah, there's a dark side to the whole Joaquin Phoenix character, but I thought the real Joker character to me was Heath as well. I think it could be a landslide today.
Well, somebody right out of the gate disagreeing with me. Philly, did we watch the same movie? Jesus, it's Joaquin Phoenix. Easy.
Yeah, you'll get a lot of Joaquin votes.
Maybe it's going to be, I'm glad, because maybe it'll be closer than I thought. I was just basically saying that I think as far as the votes go, Heath will win this, but...
Both Oscar-worthy performances.
Yeah,
Both
I
of them
mentioned
got
that.
an Oscar. Yeah, like, I mean, that says it all. Like, it's going to be a hard battle today.
Okay, Throwdown Thursday. Weigh in on the 92.1 City Facebook page.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
PJK Extra.
We don't always cover entertainment stuff in the extra, so I was kind of pumped when Kirby said she's got a little something about the Rockin Roll Hall of Fame, because regardless how you feel when it comes to who gets inducted, there's always something to be said about the performers. And you've got that list, Curbs.
Yeah, I mean, the induction ceremony is coming up on October 19th in Cleveland, Ohio, as always. And this year's inductees, quite a list. Mary J. Blige, Cher, my girl Cher, Dave Matthews Band, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Dionne Warwick, and they are all confirmed to perform during the ceremony. But on top of that, there's been a lot of speculation on whether Ozzy was going to perform.
Yes.
But he has obviously health issues going on. He's going to be in attendance, but he will not be performing.
And we already knew these people were going in, right? This
Yes.
is just who's performing.
So the performers, though, that were just announced this morning, Dr. Dre, Busta Rhymes, Chuck D, Demi Lovato, Slash. We've got James Taylor, The Roots, Sammy Hagar, Kenny Chesney, Jelly Roll, Method Man, and Keith Urban.
They're all performing?
Yeah.
Wow, it's Chuck D, man. That's unbelievable. Public Enemy, of course. That list. I mean, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony is, if you can put a red dot on it or find a way to watch it, it is always really entertaining.
The best part is now they've they stream it live on Disney Plus. So if you're a Disney Plus subscriber, you can also watch it that way.
I'll tell you, it's interesting too with that lineup. You better put James Taylor on early. Like the guy's a bit of a sleeper musically, little folky, right? Like he was a big deal in the '70s and that, but that kind of thing. So, okay, one more time. Who's being inducted? You said Cher, we knew.
Yeah, Mary J. Blige.
Right.
Dave Matthews Band. Foreigner. Peter Frampton.
Yeah.
Kool and the Gang. Dionne Warwick.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay, well.
I do believe they should change it, and we've been through
Yes.
this. Every time it comes up, it should be called the Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, 100%.
I guess the Country Music Hall of Fame has its own, like country music has its own Hall of Fame.
Right.
But I mean, because the debate always comes up, like, why do they call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody would have any problem with it being changed to the Music Hall of Fame.
It is worth watching, though, for the performances, for sure.
Always
for sure.
outstanding. All right, thank you, Kirby. That is PJK Extra.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Might as well ask if you can have the water cooler. We are moving here. Although I think they'll take that with them. That's in good working order.
It's a great water cooler. It's attached, though, to the water stream. Kirby's water cooler is one of those you got to bring in, replace the jugs, the recyclable
the drugs.
jugs. Well, I was trying to say recyclable.
No, it's okay.
Recyclable.
Yeah. It's like I went to bed last night and I filled up my water glass, worked just fine, woke up this morning and it stopped working. And I said to Phil, this is why I can't be a house or a homeowner because, like, for God's sakes, it's just a water cooler and I'm level 10 stressed about this.
Well, we've been through it all this week. Flat tire.
I know, right? It's been
Monday,
a terrible week.
I think this might be bigger than just being a homeowner. Life might just be getting in the way for you.
How long have you had the water cooler?
You know what? It's been with me for like 10 years.
Oh,
so
well, that's good.
You know
it's
how
lasted
it is.
longer than any relationship I've ever been in. So,
Use famous words from you 10 minutes ago. You know how it is. I like to flip my water coolers every 10 years.
But yes, I'm in the market of a water cooler. And
So it's done. There's no way you can fix it?
Well, I don't think I don't know. The buttons.
Call your landlord.
I'm not. No, he's not going to take care of something that I bought and is part of my, it's not part of the unit.
To be honest, I wouldn't even know who you call. Just, I guess I would go on Facebook or something and ask if some, handy person
could fix it.
would take a look at it before you buy a new one. Because they're not cheap. For a decent
No,
water
I know
cooler.
that.
So how long have you? 10 years seems like a long time for a water cooler, though.
Yeah, it
Or
does.
is it-
It had a good run, that Black
pretty
&
good.
Decker water cooler.
Why don't you get a Brita? We got a Brita in the fridge.
That's what I was
Casa
thinking.
de
Maybe I
Aubrey.
don't even need, because the
That's old school.
That's
Just the jug.
The jug, yeah.
With the
Well,
filter.
it's just me. And then I don't have to lug those massive water things up my apartment
Just do
building.
yourself a favor. Some people forget that you have to change the filter, but usually those black little pellets of charcoal that fall through the water
that's
sooner or
nice.
later are usually a reminder
That's a nice
that
touch.
it's time to
Glass
move.
of water and there's the charcoal there.
Yeah. No, I'm good with changing filters
You know what?
and stuff.
That might be the best solution for
Brita.
you.
Ours is huge.
You live on
it
your own?
Takes up
Yeah.
half our fridge. This Brita.
It
that
could
we
have more space now
More
for
space.
activities,
Yeah.
getting rid of this cooler.
Oh, yeah. You should be able to put a whole dance floor in. How much room is this thing taking?
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Big win 50-50. Deadline fast approaching. You got to get your tickets in the next hour.
Who cares?
Yes.
Who cares?
Who cares? You should care.
I-
It's your like chance at winning. Like, what is it at now?
Well, if you cared, you'd know. It's $136,820. You've got 48 minutes to get in on this. I've been following it all morning. If we can get to 150. Yesterday, I was hoping to get at 100,000. You were off yesterday,
Yeah.
Phil. And Kirby said, yeah, we should be able to get to 100,000. Well, by the end of the show, it was already at 99,000.
It was amazing.
So this is crazy how fast it's growing.
Yeah, feels like one of those PBS pledge drives. My mom used to watch those
Yeah.
back in the day.
Well, we're not handing out free gifts. But I will say this.
Ring those phones.
In the next 48 minutes, if you can text us at 762-555, the word dream, you'll get the link. You can go to our website. You can even go to the Dream Factory website and buy tickets direct. But the pot is growing, 47 minutes left. If we can get to 150, man, can you imagine? 75 grand going out the door. We're making the draw, by the way, in just over an hour.
So Dream Factory, they'll pick a name. They send it to us.
Yeah.
Then we make a phone call and let someone know they've won $70,000-ish.
Yeah, right now it's just under 70 grand
Okay.
for the winner.
So if I were you and I had, got myself some tickets, I'd be by my phone.
So you can do 3 tickets for $10, all the way up to 500 tickets for $100.
Charge up the cordless phone that you have there at home.
Even the rotary, you
The
still got
rotary.
47 minutes. It'll probably take you 45 to get in. But
1 hour away. Give us the exact time frame again, Joe, that you have to buy a ticket.
47 minutes exactly from right now.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Okay, here we go. Big win 50-50. Grand prize.
Hello, Peter speaking.
Peter!
Yeah,
Peter?
yeah.
Peter Otto?
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Okay,
Where do
well,
we start?
I don't know.
It sounds like Joe Aiello.
Yeah. It's also Phil Aubrey and Shalinda Kirby. And the reason the three of us are calling you, Peter,
Yeah.
is because you were generous enough to buy some tickets in the
yesterday.
Big Win 50-50 in support of the Dream Factory.
That's right.
The pot is $149,250. The winner would take home half.
Yes.
You are the winner, Peter!
No way.
$74,625 is coming your way.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it.
Well, believe it. I mean, your name was drawn. This is exciting, Peter.
This is incredibly exciting.
I'm not going to lie, Peter. We had a hard time getting a hold of you this morning. I hope we didn't pull you out of a big meeting.
Well, you did, but that's okay. This is definitely worth it.
I would think so, yeah.
You got 74,625 reasons to get called out of that meeting.
Wow. I can't believe it. Thank you guys so much. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Well, on behalf of the Dream Factory, thank you very much. Our first big win lottery winner, the Big Win 50-50.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you guys so much. I've never won anything before. It's super exciting.
I mean, I guess I have to ask, like, it's a little overwhelming right now, but, like, anything come to mind on what you might, do with that money?
Well, I actually bought the tickets with a friend of mine, so we're going to split them.
Nice.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
So it'll be a nice present when I tell her. So yeah, we split the tickets, and we'll of course never think you're actually going to win. It'll be exciting. Holy mackerel.
The Dream Factory's going to win. You and your partner there are going to win. And thank you to everybody who bought tickets and made this a very successful first Big Win 50-50 lottery.
Well, thank you to 92 City and you three. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
For more Philly, Joe, and Kirby, lock it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.